at you live.
Coming at you live. Yes,
From the
sir.
Outdoor Talk Podcast.
Outdoor talking podcast.
Yes, sir.
But anyways, yeah. Welcome back.
So welcome back to the Outdoor Talk Podcast.
We're on.
We are on.
We're live.
Hey, we're on, fella.
We are. We got the one and only. When I think of turkey hunting, I think of you.
Yes, sir.
I really do. Like when I think of somebody that just goes hard on some turkeys, that's Layne.
It's a turkey
Layne
man.
Lindeman.
Let's
There he
don't
is.
go that far.
Let's don't go that far. What? Tell everybody your name or what?
No, let's just tone it down.
Tone it down.
I'm just another guy out there shooting turkeys, but let's don't hype it up.
Well,
You just understand them better than
you
everyone else,
okay, yeah.
basically.
You understand them. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You've done it a long time. And I heard you do a little guiding maybe. Or you put some people on some birds, if you want to call it that. I wouldn't call it.
I've been hunting with some people who've killed turkeys.
Yeah. Yeah, you just call them in. So Layne is a turkey enthusiast.
Man, he gets after 'em.
Waterfowl smacking.
Slayer.
Slaying.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself. Tell everybody this is the Outdoor Talk Podcast. We just
Welcome to the Outdoor Talk Podcast, coming at you live from 101.9 KBUS.
That's perfect.
That worked for y'all?
Cue that
That
intro.
was
Cue that intro real quick.
damn, that was good.
Man, that was
Oh,
nice.
you're gonna have me rolling this whole podcast. But anyways, this podcast we're gonna talk about some turkeys. Turkey season's coming around the corner. It actually just started here in like South Texas, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it started last weekend.
Last weekend.
South zone, north zone should be
I think it's April 2nd.
April 2nd. So what we got? 10 days?
10 days. Yep.
Week and
We're
a
getting
half?
excited.
Week and a
Man,
half? Week and
yeah.
3 days?
Yep.
3 weeks.
You got a big season planned out for you?
So opening weekend, me and my dad have got a little small lease out around Breckenridge, Texas.
All right.
We're going to ease out there opening weekend. What we got next weekend or no? Yeah, the following week after that, we're going to Kerrville down to a place down there and gonna go to Kerrville, do that gig, and then the weekend after that, we're going back to Breckenridge to our lease out there. Don't know what day that's gonna bring us to, but after that, we've got East Texas for Eastern bird in Texas, and gonna try to do either a Southeast Oklahoma bird or a Southwest Oklahoma bird, whichever one pans out. Doesn't really matter to me as long as it's gobbling. We're gonna hunt it. So
Always chasing the gobble. I like it.
after that, we've got only one I know for sure that we've got in the books is South Dakota. So
That'd
Gonna
be
try to
fun
go
hunt
up
in
there.
South
Go
Dakota.
chase some Merriams.
yep, go up there to the. We're not going to be in the Black Hills around
Yep.
Sturgis, but we're going to be kind of right at the base of it. So
Okay,
Sweet.
cool.
we've got probably 7,000 to 8,000 acres of private land right on the base of
Nice.
the Black Hills right there that we're going to try to.
Bunch of birds up there.
There's a lot of birds. We went up there 2 years ago, and two of the guys we had 4 guys, me and my dad and my buddy Trent from out at Tornado Valley. Him and his dad, they went with us, and Trent and his dad both killed a bird, and I missed a bird while we were there, and my dad had like 19 jakes in front of him at one time.
Dang.
And he,
19?
When you travel that far, it's hard not to shoot them.
Man.
we're not going to shoot no jake.
I know you're not. So that just
Not going to say I've never done it before.
Oh, yeah.
but I've kind of graduated to where
that's what I'm saying. That's when you know you graduated. You know what you're doing. You're protecting the next crop.
There it is.
So-
So, what's the average beard length that you're looking for when you go out?
I'm
With that
not
mature bird, I guess.
I mean, I'm not necessarily holding up a tape measure or anything,
Yeah.
but
But
you know,
you've seen-
I think in my opinion, a mature bird, and I mean, there's all different scenarios there. It depends on kind of the terrain that you're in, the species of bird that you're hunting,
Yeah.
all of that. It can vary on what you're looking for,
Yeah.
but you know, 8 inches, 9 inches, I consider that a mature bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Them birds that we shot, they're like what they call it. I don't know, beard rot maybe, but it's
Yeah.
like the bottoms of like real like turning brown.
Yep.
And like you don't. I mean, they just start falling off. So it might be an old bird, but the beard might be real short. Because it's kind of like falling off and rotting.
Dang.
yep.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
We know some guys up in Tennessee, and they told us that 2 or 3 springs ago they had a real cold spring, or maybe it was winter, spring, whatever it was. But the birds, it snowed, and the birds stayed up in the trees for like a week and a half, 2 weeks at a time.
Dang.
And
Really?
and I don't know. They say that the beard rot, not the bird rot, the beard rot is caused because of lack of nutrition.
Okay.
But then you hear other people tell you that it's they freeze off or whatever it is. But I've heard instances of the beard rot myself. So
Yeah.
Wow.
I know if I
It's
don't.
pretty cool though.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks for the bird. I mean, and the hunter. If they're chasing the long beards, of course. But
Yeah.
it's
Well,
crazy
they could
to think.
they could drag,
concept-wise.
they could hang up on stuff
Yeah.
and rip it off. So you can't really go off the beard.
Yeah.
You just go off like the fans. They're like a Jake. Their metal feathers stick up
Right.
higher. Because they're not fully plumed out or
Nelson
whatever.
knows that because he only shoots Jake.
Hey, my first ever turkey I ever shot. That sucker walked out. I don't know how old I was. I was back in the novice store. You could put your pictures in there. So that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And anyways, you walk in. There used to be a countertop. My picture was right there. I had all these baseball looking shades on.
Yes,
I had this
sir.
turkey. But anyways, that bird come out. Me and Dad, we hunted for 3 days, and that bird started gobbling and it sounded like he was 2 miles away. And we sit there and called and called and called. Didn't even move. We had a little decoy out there. And Dad's like, here he comes. Comes out there, and Dad's like, I don't see a beard. I was like, I see one. I busted that little sucker. You stuck out like that. I was so proud of that thing. I jumped up, ran over there, and
Hey, legal's legal, right?
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
I know. So that was fun. That was a hunt I remember like it was yesterday, too. And I know y'all probably got a hunt like that, too. But
Oh yeah.
What's the craziest hunt you've ever witnessed, been on? Even if it was a client or if it's your dad, your grandpa, what's the craziest hunt? Just share that story
So
with
I
us real quick.
I told all the boys from Tornado Valley Outfitters that I was coming up here to do this today, and they told me that I had to tell this story.
Here we go. Here we go.
let's
right
hear
here.
it.
They told me I had to tell this story, so I guess we'll get it over with early on in the show. So
All right.
my first, I think, it was my first year of turkey guiding out there. This was pre-Tornado Valley Outfitters, so we were working for another guy out there, and we had some clients from Arkansas, and they were super nice guys and everything. I had one guy, and we split it up to where there was 3 or 4 guides, and each guide had one client with them,
Yeah.
and we all went off in our separate directions and everything. Well, me and this one fella, he was a pretty hefty guy. He was pushing 400, but hey,
I wasn't thinking that. Okay.
Oh, what's it?
he was out there. He was ready to kill a bird, and he was excited about it. So I was excited for him, So
Oh, yeah.
we're up kind of north of Nakona area,
Okay.
and pretty much right on the banks of the Red River, and hold on. I gotta go back. I gotta go back a little bit. Started out the day before this. I was put with this guy, and we were hunting at a different property, probably 75, 80 miles in the opposite direction. But
All right.
we go, and it pours down rain the night before, and that morning, sunshine, bluebird day, perfect. I mean, exactly what you think of, what you want whenever you're going turkey hunting. So it rained the night before, bluebird day, and the turkeys are gobbling pretty hard that morning. Well, Paul and Trent, 2 of the guides out there at Tornado Valley, they had pinpointed these birds. I had actually been in college and drove in that night, and they kind of gave me a rundown, the map on the Onyx and everything, said these birds are roosted here. You need to try to slip in this direction and get down in there on them.
Yeah.
And you ought to be in the money. So I snuck down there way before shooting time, got down there, set up, and had the birds gobbling, and they were right there where they told me they were supposed to be. Well, I normally I don't hunt with decoys, but for some reason, considering our handicap, we had a 400 pounder there. We had a large one with us, so
So you're saying you can't get up and just go run and gun them?
well, we didn't run and gun right off the bat, but I'm
Okay.
getting to that.
Okay.
So I decided that I was going to set out some decoys. I set them up. The birds flew down. It was pretty much textbook. I mean, within 20, 25 minutes, I had 2 or 3 longbeards at 17, 18 yards standing in the decoys, walking around them.
It's crazy.
And I was, shoot them, shoot them, shoot
Yeah.
them. I mean, I spent 5 minutes saying shoot the turkeys. And the guy, he was set up perfect and pointed right at them. He said, I just can't see him. I can't see him. I said, man, they're right there. They're 17 yards. Well, hey, ended up we never did get a shot at one of those. I got
Didn't
pretty,
get a shot. He had 5 minutes worth of shooting right there.
or longer, but
You should have just reached over there and just pulled that trigger.
yeah, that's what
Just look down at look.
we're
Look
getting
up.
to that. We're getting to that, but now we ended up swinging a miss there. We never shot at one. So, like I said, it rained the night before. It was pretty muddy, and if y'all are from the Paris area, y'all know about the black land and how it'll stick to your boots and all that.
Cakes on your boots.
Oh yeah. Well, I was pretty upset that we didn't pull the trigger whenever I did my part. I had the bird at 17, 18 yards, and there's nothing I can do at that point. So I decided we're going to do a little run and gun. You can't shoot one at 17 yards. Let's go run and gun and see if we can get one at 10. Well, Mr. Asthma Breath. Mr. Asthma Breath had a little walk behind or coming to him. So we were only on about a 200-acre place, but man, we walked from one side of it to the other. I'd look back and he'd be huffing and puffing. And
Man, poor dude.
it was something else. But after that, I was like, I've given this guy enough crap. I'm gonna try to get him on a bird. So we made plans that evening for the next morning, and then we kind of knew what the birds were doing on this piece of property. So we got in there real early that morning, and we were, of course, like I said, we were right on the bank of the Red River pretty much. So if you're familiar with the Red River, you know that there's kind of just a one big drop off. You kind of get down into a bottom, and then it's just kind of flat, cottonwoods, and and all that type of stuff. Well, we had a kind of a winter wheat food plot mix for deer hunting down in the bottom, and kind of knew that the birds came and picked around down in that area. Had a lot of roads that intersected in this area, and it's just a common travel corridor for these birds. So we we parked the trucks way back away. We walked down the hill, and I had a double bull blind on my back. I had his chair, my chair. And I knew from the day before he couldn't walk very good, so I was trying to make it as easy on him as I could.
Oh yeah, what guides are for.
Nice of you, man.
Yeah, man, it looked like a pack mule going down through there. Anyways, I mean, it's all downhill. I said, man, if I wore him out yesterday walking flatland, surely, downhill he'd be all right. Well, sure enough, he was huffing and puffing the next day, and that's besides the point. I got us down there. I got us got everything set up. I started undoing the double bull blind. We had actually kind of had to walk, around the turkeys. The turkeys were roosted right on that big drop off. There's a lot of big hardwood that runs along there, and there's actually some pretty good duck sloughs that we hunt on. And those oak trees and hardwood trees, they grow real well right on that drop off. And we knew that that's where the birds were roosted. So then we had a opposite trail. We came way around them, and I got down there and got the double bull, set up and everything. And I told the guy, I said, all right, I got everything set up. All I need you to do is just, get in here. And I know these birds, we've got 3 or 4 game cameras on this place. These birds have been traveling this area pretty hard. And when you shine your cell phone light down there, and there's tracks everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So this is obviously the place that we needed to be, So I got it set up, and I don't know if y'all hunt out of double bull blinds that much.
Nah, I bow hunted at them a little bit, but
Yeah. Well, the double bull blinds, most of the time they've got the zipper right there in the corner. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you pull down on the top of the corner, that double bull blind will kind of open the door up with the zipper right there.
Okay.
So I told the guy, I said, all right, come on, go ahead and get in here. I grabbed the top of it and I pushed down on it, and it makes the door open up, you know. Remember, this dude's
going.
This dude's about 400.
I don't like where this is
Pick the
going.
blind up.
This dude's about 400. Well, he slides in there. Well, right down there at the bottom of the zipper, there's a little spot that's connected, that's sewn together about this high. Mm-hmm. Well, his boot catches it.
No.
Oh.
This dude trips and face plants.
No. Oh man.
This dude trips and face plants, and all the double bull. He starts rolling around, and all the double bull deals start going.
Oh,
in.
it just pops in.
Oh my god.
It just closes in on him, and he's rolling around.
Oh my gosh.
Saran wrapped him.
Well, I get down there and I start popping them out and everything. You all right, man? Oh, yeah, I'm good. I help him get back up. And everything. I said, all right, how can I do this without having another catastrophe? Because at this time, the turkey is gobbling. I mean, he's woke up on the limb. He's gobbling hard, and he's rocking and rolling. It's not long before he's fixing to fly down.
No.
We got to start calling and making a move on this thing. Well, I pop them all out. I get it all set back up. And I say, man, what am I going to do? Well, I get our chairs, just our lawn chairs, and I set them side by side. And I'm like, all right, you sit down right there in that chair. So I go ahead and I get him set down. I just take the pop-up blind and I set it down right over the top of him.
Oh my gosh. This guy right here, gentleman.
Hey, he's a good dude. I ain't going to. It was just a different
Series of events.
It was a series of events. It was a different encounter.
Wonder how awkward he felt as you just placed the blind over his head. Like, was it still pitch black? No, you said the turkeys, they were getting ready to come
it
down.
was starting to break day, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
right there when the sun's about to come up, turkeys are about to fly down. That's when all this was taking place.
I'm telling you, this dude, I bet he felt so awkward.
You ain't seen nothing yet, buddy. All right.
Man.
So I get him set down in the blind. I crawl in there. I get it zipped up and everything. Well, after all the commotion and everything, this dude's huffing and puffing. And if y'all been in a double bull blind or a box stand or anything, you know that you can just hear everything. And it's just an echo. And while he's huffing and puffing like that right there, and I'm like, man, I can't even hear the turkey gobbling now, you know. So I have to stick my head out the window.
No.
I'm sticking my head out the window to try to figure out if this turkey's still in the tree or if he's on the ground or what. Well, we come to find out that the turkey's flown down, and we're kind of overlooking y'all know what grubbing is, like out in West Texas where they grub the mesquite trees,
Oh, yeah.
where they dig the roots up.
Just for all our listeners out there, why don't you explain the process?
Okay, so in West Texas, South Texas, wherever you are, where there's mesquite trees.
Yeah.
Some of the guys that, you know, the cattle ranchers, they're trying to improve their pasture lands and everything. So they're taking these mesquite trees out, and they basically take a trackhoe excavator and they dig the mesquite tree up from the roots. Then they make big piles of them everywhere. So we're hunting a open pasture with kind of timber all around us. We're looking south back towards that big drop off with the hardwoods down there, and there's big brush piles everywhere where they've put those the trees that they've grubbed up. So I'm looking back towards kind of where that turkey should have been, or where he was roosted, and I start seeing some hens. Well, the hens are kind of coming right down the road towards us, you know. Well, I tell the guy, I said, all right, the turkeys are kind of headed this direction. You know, go ahead and get your gun up on your. He had one of those trigger stick things. Go ahead and get your gun set up on your rest and everything, and get ready. These hens are coming, and that gobbler, he's not gonna be far behind them. So just go ahead and get ready. Well, 2 or 3 hens come by us, 4 hens, 5 hens, and then finally, I don't know what happened. I think I was getting my calls ready for some reason, but he hits me. He goes, hey, here comes the rooster. Here comes the rooster. I look out there, and sure enough, here comes the gobbler, full strut.
Here comes that rooster.
At that point, he's probably, I don't know, 60, 75 yards coming out from behind one of those. Coming behind one of those brush piles out there. And I said, all right, just calm down. Just slow your breathing down. It's going to be all right. I said, if he keeps following those hens, he's going to come right here where we want him. Well, sure enough, he follows the hens, comes in, I don't know, he's probably at 20 yards. I'll just say 20 yards. And I said, all right, you feel comfortable about the shot? Yeah, I'm good. I said, all right, I'm gonna make a couple clucks on this call. I'm gonna make him stick his head up. When he sticks his head up, shoot him right in the neck. Okay. I hit on the call a couple of times, and that sucker sticks his head up. I said, kill him right there. Boom! He shoots. I've never seen this happen before. He didn't hit the turkey. The turkey flies straight up in the air, like 30 yards.
No.
Comes straight back down, lands, goes back into full strut, and just stands there. I said, all right, I'm going to hit him again with a call. Same process. Pop, pop, pop. I hit him with the call, sticks his head up. Boom! He flies up, but this time he flies about 10 yards. 10 yards farther than where he is. I said, shit, shoot him again. Shoot him again. Boom! He shoots again. He misses. Finally, at this point, I can tell this guy's getting frustrated.
No.
I said, what's going on, man? Why can't you hit him? He said, can we cuss on this podcast?
Go for it.
He said, shit, I don't know what's going on. He throws the shotgun in my lap. He says, you shoot the motherfucker. He hands me the gun. I said, dude, I'm not shooting the gun for you. He said, hey, I'm not going to tell anybody. You're not going to tell anybody. You shoot the damn turkey. You shoot the damn turkey.
And here we are.
You want me to shoot the turkey? Shoot the turkey for me. I can't hit him. I raise the gun up. Boom. I shoot him. He starts popping. It's kind of the end of the story. And I said,
man.
at that point, you're kind of like, I just shot this dude's turkey. So
No, you finished him off because he.
Well,
So what was the story at camp, though, when y'all got back?
well, we didn't go back to camp. That was their last morning. We met at the convenience store there, and his other guys in his group, they had both killed birds, and he killed a bird that morning. So we'll leave it at that.
Hey, I mean,
Just
I'm
helping
not
they-
even gonna say it.
I'm thinking that's a pretty good little guide service right there.
The Joker's gonna go home and put this bird on his wall. Most
He mounted
likely.
it. I seen it on Facebook.
No.
Full body.
No, he didn't full body mount it, but I
Just
seen
a
it on
fan mount?
Facebook about a month later.
Did he have a story
My
behind it?
first turkey.
No, he said Rio Grande gobbler that I killed in Texas. He messaged me, he said, hey, look at my last Facebook post. And he
That's
had it all
awesome.
mounted up, stuck on his wall.
Hey, as long as he's happy, that's all that matters.
You should have signed the fan. Like he should have sent it to you first, and you signed it for him, so he knows. He
You'll be
always knows.
surprised, but that's not the only time that's ever happened.
Man,
Dang. That's part of guiding.
I guess so.
You done a little guiding. You already
Yeah.
have any stories like that? Not turkeys, but like
I mean, I got scared of a dude that didn't know how to shoot. I mean, he brought in it was a sawed-off 12 gauge. We were pheasant hunting, and when we pheasant hunt, I stand in the middle. I control the dogs, where they go. I mean, well, you can't really control where they go, I guess. They kind of just roam around, but them shot callers, man, you can get them back pretty easy. And I was sitting there, and I told them guys before we shoot roosters, I'll yell, "Hey, rooster!"
turkey.
Are y'all shooting wild birds?
We'll get into that into another episode, I guess. But anyways, no, they're pen raised. But anyways, and we're sitting there, and this Joker, he has this sawed-off 12 gauge. It's not very big. It looks almost like a youth gun. And I had a dog on point. I sent Pasina out there to flush the bird up. It flushed it. It was a rooster. And I looked back over to my right, and he centered up the the gun, I guess, more towards the center of his chest, and then he had his eyes open too when he was like raising the gun up. When he shot, he closed his eyes, flinched up like this, and I was like, no more, man. I went down to the far other end of everyone.
Yeah.
I got away from it. I didn't want to get
Probably would
hurt.
have stopped. Time out, blow my little whistle, like little dog whistle. Say time out. You gotta have a little safety meeting here.
No, but I let him do his thing. You know, I
Yeah.
tried to pay attention to him and watch him watch him a little bit better than what I did, I guess, at the time. So
Well, now that we know your stories on, you called this bird in for the guy. What's so you're how you setting up most of the time for these birds? Like, you're locating them,
Well, I mean, you talking about like me personally hunting
Yeah.
for myself
or anybody? Just what are you looking for? Like, what's your terrain? You looking for food sources, and then you're finding the birds, setting up on them.
It kind of depends, if I'm kind of where I'm hunting. If I'm hunting at home, I'm basically hunting where I've got permission.
Yeah,
You
Yep.
can't really pick and choose around here. Just kind of where you've got permission and where you can legally hunt and
find the birds.
there's birds in the area. If I'm hunting out west and we've got bigger parcels of land that will hold a group of birds through the winter and the spring, then it's completely different than if I'm hunting in East Texas. If I'm hunting in East Texas, then I've got historical areas where there's going to be birds here every year.
Yeah.
It kind of doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Between this county road and this county road, there ought to be five gobblers gobbling in there
that's
Well, you
every
also-
year.
every year.
and you
every
live close by, and you probably see them frequently. Like,
and you'd be surprised the number of people that'll tell on themselves and say,
oh yeah,
hey, I was up feeding cattle up there on such and such, and I seen two big old gobblers, and they were puffed up, and
yep.
all right, I can hunt right across the fence.
There it is.
I'm gonna ease up there tomorrow.
There
I
it
know
is.
it.
So, no, I mean, to be honest with you, in East Texas, like I said, it's kind of just where you've got permission. I've got some turkey leases that I hunt on. Got some family friends that let us hunt, and we're very fortunate to be able to hunt on those places, and that they've proven year in year out that they're good places, and
Yeah,
you can
Kind of like Bobby's.
yeah. Kind of like Bobby's.
you can be half a mile down the road and not ever hear a turkey, but if you're on that place and it just according to how the timber's been managed, if they're doing prescribed fires on that place, if you'd be surprised how many times people cut wheat hay. If they cut wheat hay and they're feeding wheat hay to their cattle, that wheat hay will have the wheat seed in it, and those turkeys, man, they'll
Wear 'em
tear
out.
Yep, they'll tear up that wheat hay. A lot of times, I've got some turkey leases that if it rains, them things are this deep in water, so you got to get out there and find the high ground.
Yep.
Those turkeys,
They don't like it.
it's all pine timber out there. The turkeys are going to roost in the pine trees, but you got to be able to you got to go out there and walk preseason, find the high ground, find where those turkeys are going to be,
Yep.
loafing in the middle of the day, where the hens are going to go to nest. What type of ground does the hen nest in? Is
This
it
a lot of cool stuff?
is it
Yeah.
a clear cut property that was clear cut 2 years ago or 4 years ago? Has it been replanted in pine timber? Most of the time those hens they're not gonna nest in something that's just wide open or something like that. They want to go get away from everything. But majority of the time, you can kind of expect a hen to be somewhere within 100 yards of a road or a
Some kind of
right of way
opening.
or an opening.
Yeah.
Somewhere where after those poults are hatched out of the egg, they can she's got pretty easy access to take them out and let them bug and eat bugs and seeds and flowers and stuff like that. So,
Yeah,
How
the
far is-
birding habitat's very crucial especially for our area when the birds, it's like declining. So
Yeah.
pretty much everywhere nowadays.
How far do they roost essentially from a food source or water source? Is it any particular distance there, or they just go to the highest part? portion of the land. And
I knew there was going to be some questions like that whenever y'all asked me to come on, and I don't want to be the person that leaves everybody kind of in the dark on that. But to be honest with you, I really don't know. I think it's very situational. I think it matters on that bird and on that particular day, or once again, the terrain that you're in, or
see, where we hunt, not to interrupt you by any means, but
you're good.
Where we hunt, there's a lot of canyons out there. These just big inclines. There's a lot of dirt roads out there. There's a lot of mesquite trees out there.
So you're talking about out west Texas,
just West Texas, yeah.
So you think of the terrain here or any county in East Texas. You take that terrain and you take the terrain in West Texas like you're talking about.
Yeah.
Those turkeys in West Texas, Western Oklahoma, Western Kansas, Western Nebraska, all those states in that, that bread basket right through there. Once you get out west, you're kind of restricted on your roost trees. So that kind of restricts your turkey populations. Those turkeys are restricted to, number one, water sources, rivers, ponds, right behind pond dams. A lot of times you'll see turkeys roosting right behind pond dams.
Yeah, we can relate to that.
Rivers, creeks, things of that nature. Places where big timber that those birds can get in and roost and get away from predators. That's those birds are not going to steer more than, a mile and a half from those places in a day. Yeah, you may see them down the county road at one point during the day, 2 miles from the first tree around, but I can assure you
they're gonna be back
that night. They're going back to a big tree somewhere.
So that's wild, man.
But you think right here where we are,
there's trees everywhere.
There's trees everywhere.
Yeah, I know. Every tree looks like a roost tree.
It's crazy.
So these birds around here, they can hop roost.
Yeah.
They don't have to roost in the same spot every night. And that, to me, that makes those birds out west a little bit more vulnerable to hunters. Because you can pretty much pinpoint. We've got 12 big cottonwood trees right here in this draw. Those birds are going to be,
and you can see them from a mile away.
And that's the good thing. That's a cool thing about hunting West Texas is you can see them 500 yards out, and then you can make your move. But every time that we go, man, these birds, they're like dead. Their vocals, they're just done. Okay, they're cinched up because they don't talk to us that much. And when they do, like last year, I had 2 jakes come in, and I chose not to shoot. We talked about this a little bit last week. We don't have to go off into this rabbit hole either. I don't know what that was, but anyways.
I think that was Nelson going to get us another beer.
Hey, I got you. Y'all keep talking.
It's a beer break. No, it's a beer break.
Welcome back. 101.9 The Bus.
The Bus. It's the Outdoor Talk podcast, but here we are.
Oh.
And we're back.
Welcome back to the Outdoor Talk Show podcast deal.
Yes, sir. Money bags.
Yeah. So as we were talking.
No, it's just every year that we've gone down there, man, the birds haven't talked like you've always hear. You hear stories, your grandpa, your dad, man, they used to gobble so good, or they gobble so great. Bluebird Sky's gobbling. Man, it's just like we can't get them to gobble.
Well, I think it's the time we're going.
But it's late season.
I don't want like the county or what area of Texas are y'all in?
West.
What day or what time of the year? What time of the
We always
season?
go like either the second or third week of
that ought to be prime time.
Yeah.
But see, I think, okay, so the very first year, I didn't go, they shot 5 birds off the place, okay?
Yeah,
and
I remember I started asking Nelson, where the hell are y'all hunting?
Well, the first year we went out there and shot 5 birds, like you just said.
It was 5 birds.
And,
and I didn't go, though.
Yeah, that was awesome. We went there, that was opening weekend. It's like the same scenario. We show up, it's like it's like super hot outside.
Yeah.
Next day we wake up, cold front blows in, it's like 30 degrees, windier than hell, nothing. You can't hear I couldn't hear you talking, it's so windy. Yeah. And then we seen some birds just meandering through the brush. And then the next day the wind died down and they were just like gobbling like crazy.
Well, that first year that we all went, the first annual trip, I guess, man, I didn't hardly see any birds.
That year was weird. We didn't hear any gobbles.
Challenging year. And
were y'all the only people hunting there?
The second year we went, we had a group coming before us, and they went down there and they shot like 4 or 5 birds, and it probably just spooked them off. And but we didn't know they were going down there. And when we show up, like that week before we already planned it, we already took off work and everything. we start getting on these Snapchats, and there's like dead birds everywhere.
They were
we get
shooting a
down there,
lot.
and there's feathers all over the place. We're like, them suckers, they come down here and just mowed them down.
Y'all went to the banged out deal.
The banged out
We
deal.
did.
There it is. There it is. We got our lawns
did,
mowed.
Yeah,
that-
we did
that
see
year.
that one bird that we were walking in pitch dark, and we were just sitting there looking. And that sucker's right above us. Didn't even know it. He flew off. It scared us to death. And we chased him all day long, and it was just like, forget him. He definitely knew what was up.
Last year was my best year, though.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. I noticed you got your turkey call right there. I was privileged enough, successful enough to call in 2 jakes to my decoy, and they knocked it over. I thought it was really cool. Didn't video it, didn't do anything
What
like
kind
that.
of decoy you got working?
Man, just a piece of junk decoy.
I think it was like a little flex stone.
Yeah, it's a flex.
You grabbed it on the way. Like
yeah,
we were
it's like
we stopped somewhere.
at
Like,
Academy or something.
Yeah.
Well, like the
I don't
kicking
know.
chicken or something.
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
them things.
yeah.
I don't know what they're.
It's like a half strut Jake.
But
wasn't it?
man, I was looking
Like-
at Max sent out just an annual turkey magazine, and they have, and I actually explained it to Nelson, and one of his buddies actually has it too. But they have a remote controlled car,
Oh yeah,
stinking
I've seen
turkey
those.
decoy now. It's $400, and I was like, man, that's what you should have got Big Boy over there, and then that way it's super easy. You can make the turkeys come to you wherever you're at.
I'm kind of out on the whole decoy deal.
I've
Yeah.
shot
Oh,
most of the turkeys I've ever killed were no decoy. Besides that first one I ever killed when I was a little kid.
I want you to
That's the only
explain
one I
that
ever
though,
decoyed.
because you said that earlier. And
I don't want to say that I'm totally against the decoys,
Yeah.
but you see these videos of these guys getting behind these fans and stuff like that. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I've shot a turkey from standing behind a turkey fan. But after I did that, man, it's almost, I consider it cheating.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy. Those turkey.
Well, that's what we need. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I'm telling you, I don't care that people do it.
Yeah.
I don't think that.
You
I'll
think
just put it
it's-
this way: I don't see myself doing it anymore.
Do you think it's slightly unethical as a turkey owner?
Yeah,
It's kind of like jump shooting ducks. I mean, would you say it's something along?
I
the
don't know.
lines,
I've
would you
jump
say?
shot a lot of ducks,
I've shot.
but
We all have. I mean, it's
Yeah.
something that a lot of people enjoy that.
Here's the way I'll explain it. I've graduated to the point where I don't get my jollies off on that. Does that make sense?
I got you.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you killed a turkey. You were standing behind a fan, and the turkey
Yeah.
came running at you. I want to give them a
Yeah.
little bit.
You're still
more of a-
decoying him.
Yeah, you're still decoying.
You're giving him
them,
something to look
and
at. He's
Yeah.
coming into it. So
And here I am in the other hand. I can't tell you how many times I've had decoys set up and a gobbler comes out and sees the decoys and runs the other way. So
Yep.
am I contradicting myself by saying
Gotcha.
that? So
Yeah.
yeah.
I really don't know.
So then it goes to terrain, location, and the
Calling.
situation, basically. Yeah, and the calling as well. But if a turkey is gobbling back to you, the hunt's 10 times easier.
10
Or
times,
is-
10 times better to
10
me
times.
because that's the reason I'm out there is to hear the turkey
Yeah.
gobble
Yep.
and see him strut and watch him do his thing, you know. Not going to tell you that I had never ambushed one or walked around a road that they were coming down and just let them walk past me or something like that. You know, dead's dead.
Right.
If I'm out there, if I drive 1,700 miles to South Dakota and, you know, I've got a tag burning a hole in my pocket, I'm not going to tell you that
Yep.
that I'm not going to get behind a fan or I'm not going to, you know, just, you know, wait for one to come back to roost. And while he's walking past me to walk to the tree that he's going to spend the night in, that I'm not going to shoot him right there. But I'm contradicting myself and saying that I don't think that, you know, that's real turkey hunting. But I'll tell you that I'm not opposed to, you know, any way that you can kill a turkey, go ahead and do it. But I will tell you that you're not going to see me sitting behind a fan on a daily basis or, you know, sitting underneath a roost tree on a daily basis.
Yeah.
If it comes down to that, I'll probably do it. But at the end of the day, it's not what I'm there for. I'm there to, you know, to watch that bird come in, do his thing.
Yeah.
And,
You've already done all the stuff, and then you're on the next big.
Well,
next,
not necessarily that. It's just that's what I want to do. Is I want
Yeah.
to listen to that turkey.
What do your clients say though when you go out and they all they see is just your bag there with your calls? Did they ever question, "Hey, where's that turkey decoy at?" Because you've got some that are interested more. You know what I'm saying? They're just more in depth. They're just interested about everything and how the process goes.
The couple places that I've guided for, we get a lot of guys that have, number one, that have never turkey hunted before, or number two, have turkey hunted. There's really no in between.
Yeah.
They've either never turkey hunted before or they've turkey hunted a lot, and you kind of just sit back and you're basically there. So if you kill a turkey and you get back to the gate and the landowner's sitting there, hey, okay, you work for such and such, and okay, yeah, y'all are supposed to be here. Y'all are good, and he drives off. That's basically all you're there for at that point.
Gotcha.
You basically just let the clients run the show. You sit back,
That's pretty
video
cool,
it with your phone
Yeah.
or whatever. Just kind of tell them, okay, hey, there's a creek right up here, or these birds usually hang out in this
That's
field.
a really
that
cool,
type deal.
really cool option that you give your hunters because as being a guide, just how I look at it since I've worked at the outfitter, it's like, man, okay, well, they're in charge. But no, that's not always the case. And I think that's a really cool option that you allow your hunters to, to go out there and do it themselves. And,
It's kind of like other style hunting, like elk hunting. You can get to drop camps.
Yeah.
Like a guide will set you up with a guide, and he'll just go drop you off in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
And he'll say, just do your own thing. I'll pick you up on X amount of days.
That's freaking
at
sweet,
this location. So
That's awesome.
there's all kinds of different ways to do it. It depends on your skill level. Like if you want somebody there with you, you want you want to go out and just do it on your own, but you have to have that person, the middleman, to take you there, to give you the permission, and be there to.
I've killed one elk. It was just a cow. I went on a hunt with my granddad up to New Mexico, and basically it was more just about being there. Hanging out.
It's all about this.
Hanging out with my granddad and just seeing the sights and everything. But that's
cool. That's what it's all about.
After I've been up there in those mountains and I've seen the whole ordeal, I've got to go back. And if they say that, basically what I've been told is turkey hunting is like a poor man's elk hunt. So
I don't know if it's a poor man's. I think they're very similar. I've done both.
I want to go call in
Yeah.
elk, and I want him to bugle at me at 20 yards. I want to go do that.
I don't know if you listen to these
Let's hope
podcasts,
you
but
can
like a
see
couple
him.
podcasts ago, we had a little conversation about us. I called in a bull 2 years ago, called him in 80 yards, and he hung up just like a turkey does.
Yep.
And he hung up, and he just stayed there and just started raking a tree. And what I should have done, it's just me and my wife, and she was videoing, and I was like right beside her. And what I should have done, I should have cut the distance, and she should have stayed back there and started raking and calling, and I could have split the distance. Maybe he worked in because
she moved back,
or
vice versa.
yeah, exactly.
Yep. See, there's a lot of similarities there between that and turkey hunting.
Yeah.
Because you'll see that time and time again of moving back and forth. Or you sit here, I'm gonna sit 40 yards behind you. That way, if he hangs up and he's 80 yards, you're 40 yards from him.
Because really, he wants that hen to come to him. Like they want to meet.
Yeah. That's nature.
That's the nature.
That's
of
the
it.
reason that the turkey gobbles is he sits there and gobbles on the limb. The hens are supposed to come to him.
Yeah.
You're doing like reverse nature, reverse
Exactly.
psychology on
That's
him.
what you're doing.
Him coming, yeah.
It's
Same
wild.
with
y'all
elk.
y'all be sure to take notes out there, all you listeners.
Yeah, you're getting this for
because-
free too.
Yeah.
Like just like elk,
But it comes with time, experience.
Yeah.
You being out there, you getting yourself into those scenarios and situations, and then you trying to figure out the puzzle piece.
Yeah. So after you set up,
cool.
you got a bird gobbling. He's hammering.
All right. Let's give me a little bit more of a scenario.
I was trying. Okay.
Where are we
You're
hunting?
down in this creek bottom.
Where are we hunting?
Okay, you're in East Texas. Now where have you not hunted? They're like
A lot of places.
okay, let's say no, I'm not gonna say something like that. But okay, you're in East
Wherever.
Texas. You're in a river bottom, creek bottom. Down there in the big bottom, you got your water oaks, you got your bottomland timber.
Yeah.
Turkey's been,
I've
roosting
got
somewhere
game camera
close.
pictures.
You got game. You might have.
so and so's feed hand told me that there's a turkey down
Yeah.
there. And okay.
Okay, just make your own scenario and tell us what you're going to do.
All right, let's get that out.
Just make your own scenario.
Tanner, you give me a scenario. Nelson's not very good.
Well, hey,
I'm not very good at
look, West Texas, prime example. Because look, I'm trying to help myself out. I got a big hunt in 3 weeks. If you're more than welcome to come down there with us if you want. But listen, I need some help. So my scenario, West Texas, got canyons, mesquites. You got your
Cottonwoods down in the bottoms.
and then we have the pond back there, and then we have the little drop off canyons. And what I noticed last year when I was hunting was they like to go down in the bottom of the canyons or hang out at the tops of them. And then if they saw me coming, at all, and the first day I noticed it, they had seen me, and I had noticed them going in. And then the second morning, there was one dude just fanned big old turkey just on the edge of that canyon.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's a big creek bottom is what it is.
Basically.
Yeah.
But it's a drop off too.
So West Texas, you're hunting Rios, correct?
Yes.
Y'all running feeders out there? You can legally hunt turkeys.
He's
over
running feeders, but
He doesn't ever have corn.
It's
when
one
we
of them
go.
deals like you're saying, like we
They,
don't,
they
we don't
feed
wanna,
them during deer season,
Yes.
but then they let them go dry. Is that
Basically.
okay?
No, he runs them like year round
Does he?
because he does a lot of hog hunting.
Okay.
But it's like one of them deals like we don't want to go. We're not interested in go sit over a feeder. Like, we might sit somewhere like and intercept them, but we're not. It's like your fan deal. Like we don't want to shoot them over.
See, I'll be the first one to tell you. One of our leases out there, we go and we fill up feeders, and we try to get the birds. We set the feeders kind of central location of the lease. We try to get all the turkeys to come to there at some point in the day, but we're not going and setting up 20 yards from the feeder and just pointing at the feeder and waiting for one to come.
Right,
there, And basically, we want those turkeys to be milling around, coming in there at all points of the day. And, we may be within 400 or 500 yards of it, but like I say, we're not setting up right on that feeder. But, we're trying to keep those birds from going right across the fence to our west or right across the fence to our south or however. But just like you're saying, though, would you say they feed during the winter and then they shut them off?
Well, I said they shut them off, but Nelson said they keep them going.
Oh, they do keep them going?
He keeps a few going because he likes to go out there and shoot hogs.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, those birds, you can put them on a
pattern
stopwatch. Yeah, like a
That's
time.
crazy. And this is something like turkey hunting. I've only really gone twice. I mean, with our group, and we hunted 2 or 3 days each time. So I'm fairly new to it, but I'm super interested in it. And this is one of the main reasons why we wanted you on the show. You're so experienced. You know these birds. You've had your fair share of spending time in the woods, and that's really how you get your name. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying
I'm not trying to make a name.
No. I'm not
nobody.
saying I'm just talking about for yourself. You're like, man, he's a good turkey hunter.
Yeah. When I think of a good turkey hunter, that's what I think of right there.
Exactly. So
You and Jake Don. I don't know. I
Yeah.
just feel like y'all
Hey.
y'all just chop.
Jake Donald bust one.
Yeah.
But yes, sir. He kills them every year too.
Oh yeah.
They're good turkey hunters. They've done it. They've done it enough that they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I've done it several times, and I've had the opportunity to shoot.
You
bunch
know
of
what you're
turkeys
talking about as well.
We had a place. My grandpa had a place out here in East Texas. Bunch of birds. I just wasn't interested in them. Like I shot my first turkey out there, and then I took that place for granted, and he sold it up. And then now looking back, I'm like, there was turkeys.
Or was it?
Novice.
All right, let's go. You know anybody that has land right next door?
Yeah.
Let's go.
There it is. He's already finding him more spots over here.
Hey,
There it is.
you-
Tell you.
The guy with the loose lips will get his turkey shot.
I like it.
You know what always trips me out? All these dudes, you'll see them, they'll post pictures on Facebook of during deer season. Ooh, look what I got. And they'll have like 5 gobblers underneath their deer feeder. You'll see them at the corner store or whatever. Hey, where you deer hunting this year? Oh, we lease such and such's place. Okay, and I'll get on my map and I'll find that place and okay, I know I know the neighbor to the south. Let me holler at them, see if they'll let me turkey hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You can find some places. So you're.
Sure enough, we're
Yep.
finna go out there and buzz one.
I like it. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta ask around, and you don't ask directly. You ask for the indirectly. Like you find it. They might mention it somewhere. Like, oh, I was out there feeding. I seen some birds. Oh, where are you hunting? And like, what time of year?
You'd be surprised how many people. I've just this past year, I rounded up 3 places just with my job, going out and I buy timber for a logging company, and it just so happened that I rounded up 3 places from people that I bought their timber.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And, they've moved in here from the Dallas area, and either 1, they don't hunt, or 2, they don't turkey hunt. They're deer hunters or whatever, and I'll kind of work that into the deal. Well, we'll pile your brush just a little bit tighter if you'll let us come out here and pop a turkey.
There it is.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is neat.
Yeah, and then it's kind of, I mean, I like our place out there.
Yeah,
like we've seen turkeys during deer season, but they're gone.
Yep.
I think it's because of habitat. We don't have the best, and I'm trying to improve it. Like we're doing prescribed fire. We're thinning.
Yeah, I've been watching
our
you
places.
on Snapchat and everything else, and you've been doing all the right things. It's just your property's not set up for springtime.
Yeah.
What the turkeys need during the springtime,
and I can definitely see that.
You probably get more pictures during the fall and the winter than you do in the spring, correct?
Yeah, and it's mainly just hens, just cruising, and but like our place, it's been logged like 20 years ago, so it's all regrowth, super high stem per acre, like tree wise, and it's just a turkey can't see far enough to, like they don't want to be there. It's too open. Like there's nothing from, let's say, this high, to 20 foot, whatever it is. There's nothing under there. There's no cover for them, and it's really thick.
Yep. So I hunt a place to the south. That'd be south and east of you, probably. I don't. What do you say? A mile? Not even a mile.
Probably not a mile.
Probably not even a mile. Maybe half a mile from you. And that place is honestly, it's kind of hit and miss too.
Really?
Those birds there on that place, they kind of move more to the east over there. And I've got a couple more places that I hunt to the east of there, and there's a lot of sign of turkeys in the springtime over there. But soon as fall comes around, those birds move back towards the west, and they're back in the the big hardwood bottoms, the creek bottoms and stuff like that. So they're very fluctuant on what type of habitat they like, whether it's springtime, wintertime.
Well, they say like a eastern turkeys, their habitat's like 5,000 acres or something like that, like their home range.
I don't know if I've never heard that, but I could believe
it's a big chunk, and they use it different parts of the year, different times of the year, wherever they're like they're nesting, they're
same thing for
they're
deer
wintering.
though.
Same,
Well, I mean it's a
deer
little different,
can
but
survive in anything. But it like if a turkey.
Are y'all deer hunters?
We're both. I like hunting everything.
I'm finna get out of here if y'all are deer.
No comment. Anyways, continue. No.
I seen you shoot some deer or something on the old Instagram.
Nah, you never seen me shoot no deer.
Or maybe it's you guided some deer.
No, I ain't no deer man.
Okay. Well, we can stop talking about the deer.
I can't believe y'all kiss a deer's ass.
I'm a hunter. I like hunting deer. I like hunting hogs. I like hunting turkey. Depends on the season. Whatever's in season, I'm hunting. I'm chasing it.
Trying to, at least.
My favorite is bow hunting. I love bow hunting, especially I'm getting into more like traditional.
Bows and arrows.
Bows and arrows. It's a different, I don't know. It's harder. It's you get your rocks off. Whatever you want. Whatever you said earlier.
You said your jollies.
Your
Get your
jollies.
jollies off.
Whatever you said.
If that gets your jollies
I
off.
want to take this thing down there to West Texas and try to shoot me turkey with it.
Bearded hen. You kill a bearded hen with that.
That's fine. I'll put her on the wall.
Are you left-handed?
No, I'm right. That's all right.
Okay. All right, I got you now.
right.
I was looking at it backwards.
But I made this sucker out of boat art. Whittled it out.
It's a nice one too, man.
fence
Hey,
post.
4
bow.
years from now, it's be in Cabela's 2026, $400 price tag.
But
Fred Bear.
Hey, I'm excited about turkey season, though, man.
I know.
I'm pumped. I'm excited.
We'll
now
go-
that I know all this knowledge, I think it'll be good, man. Honestly, I mean, this year it'll be the second weekend, so it's not the third. It'll be a week
Is
earlier.
there people coming in before
No.
y'all?
Not that we know of, at least.
the only reason we're not going open weekend because we can get off Friday and then we can hunt 3 days instead of 2 days. And if we go open a weekend, we show up. We only have 2 days to hunt. That's why we're going the next week. It just works better for our work schedule because we got to work. So,
First morning,
but we could take off Monday and hunt open a weekend and then come back Tuesday. Never thought about that.
I'm down for whatever.
Hey,
Whatever you
another
wanna do.
day, another dollar.
You're right.
I want to hear a turkey call though. I want to hear what you got for us. If you
What we're
can,
working
you don't
with.
mind
You
sharing.
brought it. You brought
Yeah.
it. It's sitting on the table, burning a hole in our table.
Whatever
over there.
you want to use,
All right,
that's
so
cool. But just hit us with something that you hit the turkeys with.
I'm gonna butcher this, but I had a old man from like Pennsylvania or somewhere over on the East Coast built that call for me.
This is sick.
Y'all watch a bunch of turkey hunting videos on
Yeah.
YouTube. Y'all watch Pinhoti Project.
Oh yeah.
That's diaphragm from
Oh, cool.
Pinhoti Project. They make some pretty good calls.
This pouch is pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Your chest pouch.
This is kind of my. You'll have a lot of guys that'll, they'll be particular to one call or the other. I'm more particular to a slate call. This thing's beat up. It's been all around the ringer.
That's
You can
crazy.
see pieces broken off of it and everything. But this is actually made by Talking Stick Game Calls. I believe they're out of Pennsylvania, but it's nothing fancy. It sounds good to me.
Sounds good and it works.
It's the only reason I use it, but it's slate call in some type of fancy wood and
Looks
just
like Coca-Cola or
a regular
walnut.
old striker or something. But, I mean, this is what my go-to call day in, day out. So, and I haven't used it since last year, so it may be a little rusty. Yeah, I can already tell you it's gonna need some shaping up. Somebody's trying to get on me.
It's just
I
the turkeys
don't,
calling, dog.
I don't have any sandpaper with me, I don't think. Yeah, I do.
I carry sandpaper with me too. What grit sandpaper do you use? I use like a 400, something fine.
Most of the time it's whatever I can find.
Find in your shop.
I don't get too technical about it.
I don't either. I got a call from Walmart that I killed my first turkey with, so I just always stuck with it because it sounds good. It's just it's just a, what is that thing? Night in Hell or something?
Night and Hell game call, man.
Or H&S
The best of the
strut.
best
I don't know what it
Walmart
is. It was
selections.
literally
Uh-oh.
that's what I carry around.
You know what we done did with that?
Was this old big boy?
We done busted a head. I can't find any sandpaper.
Heavy weights. 3.5 inch.
Got the old box call.
Ooh.
A lot of people don't carry box calls anymore. They think they're too good for it.
I think that's really cool.
It's an art.
That is an art right there.
Would you say a box call is harder or easier than any other call?
That's pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
straightforward, yeah.
What about the old little push ones? No?
Yeah, I got my daughter one of those. She's wearing it out.
I
little
got my
thing.
daughter one of those. Oh my gosh.
Hey, whatever works for
Hey,
you.
no, it's whatever you can use to your advantage to get a turkey into gun range.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Exactly.
Just besides fanning
We're
out
all
there.
there for the same reason, aren't we?
Exactly right.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The more you progress, the less you want to use,
Yep.
take out there. But you got a lot of calls, man.
Carry it all because you
You need
never
it all.
know which one you want.
Yeah.
One might sound a little louder, so you can project that sound farther. You can get a little quieter with it, make different noises with it.
made sure I had sandpaper. But
No, you can hear it though, man. Sounds good. You're a natural. Even the way that he's positioning his hand on that call, you know he's been doing it for a long time.
You gonna gobble for him?
No, man, I can't gobble. You gobble. You hit us with that other gobble real quick.
Let's hear your best gobble.
I don't know.
Another reverse psychology trick.
Yeah, I'm not a reverse psychologist. Sorry.
That is,
No, I
crazy,
wanted to. I sound, for lack of better terms, I sound pretty shitty on this thing, but I'm gonna make it my goal this year. I'm gonna call a
Kill you
turkey
one
up
with
with this thing.
sounds really good though. Sounds really
good.
I like that.
I hadn't mastered it yet, and I truly, I haven't practiced with it, but I just think it'd be pretty cool to call one up with that.
It's a unique call. I've never seen one like it. I've seen wing bone calls, and it looks similar to
It's the
that.
same concept. It's
Yeah.
just made out of wood, you know. So
That's
neat.
pretty neat.
I saw some old dude on Facebook. I'm in a couple of those turkey groups on there, and I saw a guy that was making them, and I was like, shit,
Yeah.
let me buy one of those. And I didn't need it or nothing, but I just bought it. And
Facebook Marketplace gets you every time. I tell you what, that's like the really good place to hang out. I mean, if you get some money just burning a hole in your pocket, you get on there and never know what you're gonna buy. So
bought a refrigerator for $25.
there you go. Get you a good beer fridge for your garage. Get you a deep freeze. Put all your turkey meat in.
There it is.
Hey, there you go. Turkey meat. How you cooking it? I know you like it.
I do love it.
I think turkey is
probably
one of the
my-
best.
One of my top things. This is probably going to strike, not really strike a pose. It's going to cause a little controversy, but I've gotten to where I like the turkey legs more than I do the turkey breast.
How you
And
cooking them? I've always heard they're real tender, like super full of tendons.
They are super.
So you gotta,
full
like,
of
slow
tendons.
cook 'em.
It is insane. I mean, there's more tendons in those turkey legs than there is cords wrapped up right there.
Oh man.
But basically, what I do is whenever I'm cleaning my turkeys, I'll start out and I'll cut the breast out first. You know, well then I'll rip the skin back and I'll come down to the joint where the thighs connect to the rest of the body of the turkey, and there's a little ball joint in there, and if you find it and you hit it in the right spot with your knife, it'll just pop right out of the place, and you can cut straight up the turkey, and you'll get the whole
Thigh.
You'll get the whole thigh and the whole drumstick
we did for
and
pheasants.
everything.
Yep. That's how I clean my turkey like that, but they're probably still in the freezer.
Probably you wasted them.
Well, I was like, I always heard they're tendony, and I was like, I don't know how to cook it. You know, it's just one of them deals. Like you got to slow cook
I didn't
'em.
know how to cook it until 2 years ago, and I was like, man, I'll be honest with you, we just used to throw them away and didn't. All we took was the breast, and I was like, that's a lot of meat that we're wasting. And as much as we love hunting these turkeys, we ought to pay them a little bit more respect than just throwing their damn legs in the trash or in the dump pile or whatever. And I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna cook those legs, and I'm gonna make them taste good and everything. And I started cutting the legs out of them, and everybody was like, "Man, you ain't finna eat them damn legs." And yeah, I'm gonna eat them. I'm gonna make them taste good. Well, turns out now that I like them just as good, if not better, than the breasts. And just if you take that whole thigh and that whole drumstick out, and then right there at the basically I call it the knee. I don't know.
Pretty much a knee right there. That
I don't know if that's the correct.
is it right below where like the what do you want to
where
call
the
it?
scales,
Like scales.
where the scales, right where the feathers. Excuse me, where the feathers stop and the scales start. Just pop it off at that knee.
Yeah.
Or you can just take you a pair of hedged loppers or whatever and pop that bone off. Well, then I'll just take 2 legs at a time and I'll throw them in a crock pot, and you can do like Italian dressing and like you. Basically, how I do it is I put like your typical taco seasonings on it, like your cumin, chili powder, stuff like that, and I'm turning it into like enchilada meat or taco meat or something like that, and it's really good.
Slow cooking down in the crock pot, shredding it off the bone, and then making whatever you want with it.
So you cook it in that crock pot, and then, like you say, you're slow cooking it. Pull it off the bone. Whenever you take it out, and basically the meat's just falling off when you take it out of the crock pot. And just kind of, my wife's got one of those, I don't know what they're called, but you just press a button and it's not a blender,
food processor.
Yeah, one of those. And you just hit it a couple of times and it chops that meat up kind of like pulled pork.
Yep.
But it's taco flavor and it's dang good.
Imagine.
Sounds good.
And like your legs, and your legs and your thighs is dark meat. I like chicken. I love dark meat. That's the only thing I eat. Like I like the breast. I'll throw the breast away all day, and I'll eat chicken thighs or chicken legs. So I imagine the turkey's legs and thighs are where it's at. I tried duck legs one time, and it was like the same way. It wasn't as tendony, but it was just I don't know. Maybe I didn't cook it right.
Not good.
No, but
man, y'all were asking me a while ago about whenever we got into the 400-pound guy story. Y'all were asking me about crazy hunts and everything, and y'all keep on going. I'm gonna look and I'm gonna find this video of another pretty good hunt, and I'm gonna show it to y'all. So just get ready.
I mean, you had brought up something I think in the last podcast or maybe on the phone the other day that it's going to be essential this season to get out there and pattern our guns. So maybe we can make time in the next week or so, maybe the week after that, to get out there and pattern those guns. But speaking of pattern, how far do you recommend you putting your target? Like when you take clients out, is there a specific range that you want them to shoot at?
Cricket.
Talking about me?
Yeah. Is there a specific range, like when y'all go out, y'all shoot targets, or you don't really worry about it?
Well, no, I do worry about it, and it's a key role in the success to your hunt.
Yeah.
Just kind of a number that everybody throws out there is 40 yards.
40.
If you can kill a turkey at 40 yards, then you ought to be able to kill one at 20 yards, right? Yeah. The way that all these shells and chokes and all this new technology that's coming into the turkey world is nowadays, people are shooting turkeys at 60, 65, 70 yards and knocking them dead.
Yeah.
That TSS stuff and shooting, tiny shot like number 7, number 9, stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Back in the old days, everybody was shooting 4s and 5s and things like that, and little 2 3/4, 3-inch shells. Well, now everybody's bringing out these. Here I am. This is a number 7 shot, 3.5 ounce and 7/8. Of course, this is just lead. It's not TSS.
Yeah.
Because it's been so hard to find anything here lately.
I know the way the world's going right now. It's like you find a box, you just got to run with it. Just go out there and just shoot it and say, "Hey, it's what we got. Till we got."
Those shells that you either let me purchase last year or that you either gave to me. I can't even remember now. I still have them in my vest.
Well, hang on,
my vest,
I'm not gonna give you any more.
No, I know, but I'm good for this season though.
Yeah.
Can we pause for a commercial break?
That's fine. I know y'all boys are excited about this turkey season, this upcoming season.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all got a bunch of plans. You got plans going all over the state, all over the country. Sounds like we're going everywhere as much as we can, if work permits.
I'm trying to tone things down a little bit. It's a little harder to just pick up and ease out of the house. I got 2 youngins on the ground and wife at home now. It's harder.
Yep.
It's harder now for me to just pick up and roll whenever I want to, It's still in my blood, and I still want to go, and I still am going to go. I gotta
tone it back.
I kind of got to tone it down a little bit, but I wish I was going to, 7 or 8 states each year, and
trying to get that slam. You ever hit the slam? You ever got the slam?
The Grand Slam.
The Grand Slam.
I got the Grand Slam. Grand Slam.
But, I wasn't expecting that for some reason.
But no, you hear all these people talking about the U.S. U.S.
Yeah.
Super Slam, going
Cut
and
us
killing turkeys in 49 states of America.
Dang.
Yeah.
There's turkeys in all 49 states except for Alaska. So that's
There's birds in Hawaii.
I don't. Yep.
What are they peacocks or something?
No, they're Rio Grandes. They introduced them there
Really?
from Texas.
Never knew that.
That's wild, man.
Yep. Go. You can get on YouTube and go watch some videos.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically hunting on the side of a volcano.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's neat.
That is cool. That's neat.
I'm not saying that one day when I don't want to start trying to chase turkeys in 49 states, but to me, as long as that turkey's gobbling, I don't care what state I'm in.
There it
man.
Oh yeah, there it is.
I don't care. I just want to. I
Yes,
just want to
sir.
go. I want to hear him gobble, and at the end of the day, I want to shoot him in the face. So.
Yep.
Shoot him in the head. He said,
Yep.
shoot him in the
He
head.
hits that with that. Derp, derp. He stick that head out, and he said, "You better hit him."
Man.
But anyways,
Well, maybe Nelson, one of these days, maybe we can hook up and we can go hunting, and
Oh, yeah.
you can let me shoot one of your turkeys for you.
that's
There it
fine.
is.
I'll tell you. I said, "I'll just hand you the guns." Remember that story you told me that I can't see it?
I tell y'all what, this
I stay in shape though. I stay in shape about these. Like I'm not gonna be huffing and puffing. I promise you that.
this
We're in the
pod,
gym.
this podcast deal. I've never been on one, but you can tell we kind of started from that song started at the bottom. Now we're here. We started at the top. Now we're at the bottom. we're on
Hey,
the
this
Stone
is
Daddies.
the out.
Oh man.
It's all right. That's the cool thing about these podcasts. Like nobody's listening but us right now. And then when I put it together in editing, it's like it sounds like we didn't have any of these hiccups.
Sounds like we're professional.
It does.
What do you think about the setup though?
Hey,
Let's take a minute to give appreciation.
What's your wife's name?
Cobb?
Cobb. I think Nelson's wife would be pretty proud. We're right here under the chandelier. We got the placemats that keep getting caught up on my jacket, and
Yeah.
I like these chairs. And
Yeah.
Tanner's done put a big scratch on the wall.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't mean to.
Hey.
I didn't mean to.
She listens. She don't listen to these podcasts. I asked her the other day. I said, "You listen to the podcast?" She said, "I ain't listening to one of them podcasts. I thought y'all were my biggest fans." But no, I mean we got other fans. We got the Outdoor Talk Nation out there
it is.
listening.
All right, so y'all been asking me all these questions all night. Now I'm going to start asking y'all questions.
Let's hear it.
Where are y'all going hunting this year?
We're going out west, and we got. Am I going southeast Oklahoma? Little southeast Oklahoma turkeys, and then
We're
Yeah.
like Hugo,
Broken Bow,
Broken Bow, public land,
public land, private, both.
private.
Pretty much private. Yeah.
Yep. What
We
about
got a
you?
couple of lots out there. My brother-in-law's clearing,
Okay.
and he's been seeing some birds out there. I just told the master,
Hey,
the master.
The loose mouth gets his turkey shot up. I
don't
know.
I'm one of them guys. Like I'll tell you, I don't give a
ain't
shit.
going
I'll
up
tell you
there.
where I've been catching on them crappie the other day. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what color I'm using.
I'll
But
tell
anyhow,
you what.
I ain't going up there fighting with all them people. Hey, no,
There is
I'll
a-
tell you what. I'm not going to the Oklahoma mountains because I don't want to come out with a bunch of 1,000,000,000 ticks on me.
1,000,000,000 ticks.
You ever been up there?
I
turkey
have.
hunting?
No,
Whoa.
I've been turkey
The
hunting.
seed
Yes, I have.
ticks are
You
biblical.
ain't lying. We went down there. We were close to the what was that? What's the little? Is it the Little River or the Mountain Fork?
What are you talking
I
about?
don't know. We were like on the south side of Broken Bow. I guess it was.
Mountain Fork.
It's probably Mountain Fork. I think it's the Mountain Fork and Little River meet.
The one
now.
you canoe on?
No, it was like way past the bridge. No, yeah. It was Mountain Fork. Okay, so it was Mountain Fork below the bridge. There was Keaton was on a lease down there, and he's been seeing some birds. Well, we went out there. The ticks. You ain't lying about the ticks down there in that creek bottom, whatever. It's like a swamp, and them ticks love humidity. They love that wet, moist soil, whatever. But that place was sketch. We went turkey hunting this weekend. Like not money. Like a month later, they go back out there to go get their stuff, and their campers burnt to the ground, and their side by side stolen.
You know what caused that? Oklahoma methamphetamine.
Yeah, and they talked to the game warden. The game warden's like, I can't do anything about it. It happens every week.
No
So-
way.
Well,
Yeah,
that's the same. There was a bunch of people that got shot up at the canoe deal.
I know.
Dang.
Yeah.
When was this?
Kidnapped, shot up.
When was this? Last year?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yep.
That's wild.
I ain't
No.
going back over.
But thank goodness for insurance.
Y'all can
That's why
have
you-
those turkeys.
That's why you pay for that insurance. These are downtown.
Tanner, where are
Close
you
to
going
town.
to bust a time at?
Man, I'm going to Snyder, and I'm hoping I just get my Rio there, and I'll be satisfied, man. I hunt with a friend
I
of
think
mine.
I've
I ain't
been
gonna
around Snyder.
share his name to you because I don't want you to ask him, and then you go kill that bird too. So I
That
want you to
loose
get the
mouth,
chance.
what
Yeah,
he
that
said.
loose mouth.
I'm telling you.
But listen, I got a buddy of mine that I'm gonna try to go with again this season and potentially get on a bird.
Yeah,
but he needs to
there's a
get
bunch of
him a
birds out
bird
there.
as well.
Well, you need to
So,
go in the morning.
Yeah,
Snyder.
I just hit his place in the afternoons majority of the time, and it's a hit and miss. We'll either see a bird or we won't, and majority of the time, if we see it, we can't get on it. So.
I've never been around the Snyder area. I've hunted south and east of it, and north and east of it, but there ought to be turkeys there.
It's funny that you said, yeah, you'll see a bird on the road 2 miles away from any tree. And that's literally what it felt like it was the second time that we had gone, because the first time we didn't see many birds at all. But it's last year, man. I was pumped up. And as soon as I guess it was when we were leaving,
What?
we saw those birds on the side of the road, like a mile away from camp or whatever. Just a group pack of them. It gets you fired up, though. And these things, they've made me mad. You know how ducks, you get mad at them? Turkeys, it's the same thing. Get fired up and ready to go, man. And I'm pumped. I'm ready. But I want to be successful this season. So might have to walk a little bit further. Yep.
I got a buddy
that's
he's Isaac. He's another one of the owners and guides out there at Tornado Valley. He's got a place down in Mason. I don't know if y'all know where Mason is.
I know where Mason is.
He's got a place down there, and it's insane to me. I don't know how many thousands of acres it is, but the whole property just looks badass. It
That's
looks
awesome.
like perfect turkey hunting stuff. And I mean, if I was anywhere else, I'd be begging for 75 acres of it,
Yeah.
But it's crazy. The one time that I've been down there, it's crazy to me that out of so many thousand acres that there's one area here and then there's one area here that there's turkeys in. And if you're not within 500 yards of that spot, then you're not in turkeys. I don't know what it is.
It's crazy.
Yep.
And I don't know if y'all have noticed or not, but the turkeys always love it on the other side of the fence.
Always.
They always
Every
think that
time.
grass is greener, huh?
Always.
Man.
They always love it. I guarantee you. I was going to show you while we've been talking on the subject, like the spots. This is kind of what the terrain looks like down there. Like that's one of them little bottoms.
Yeah, that's
it's like that
that's
thick-
your typical West Central East Texas.
Yeah.
or-
Big
Last year, it
vegetation.
did not look like this.
No,
though.
last year-
it was dead.
It was dead, and it just
Did y'all-
depends on the
I
year.
don't know. I don't remember what year it was, but there was one year within the past 3 or 4 years that it was just solid broom sedge.
Oh yeah, and it was like real tall.
Yeah. It was everywhere, but there was no green. It was just solid dead broom sedge, just tall.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Does that have an effect on it though? If it's like
I'm not
discolored?
sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
No, that's
I don't
fine.
know.
I was just curious though, because that's the time I wish I would have been there. Everybody got a bird, and it's springtime. It looks spring. Last year, man, it didn't really look spring. And then we have these weird like winter flurries. Every time we go up there, it'll be like a super nice week, and we get there, and
Cold
then
front blows in,
It's a
and
cold front,
30-mile-an-hour winds.
or lots of wind. So I'm really excited.
Don't let that discourage you.
For that bluebird day. You got bluebird skies out there, low wind and sunshine, and I'm ready to get after them.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. Somebody told me this a long time ago. Just because it's raining or it's snowing or the sun's not shining or the barometric pressure's not right or something, those turkeys can't go home and go inside. Those turkeys are going to be out there.
Yeah.
So you can either go sit on your couch and you're not going to kill one on the couch.
Way to look at it.
Or you can go out there and sit under a tree and have a decent chance at killing one.
Yep.
So,
That's what we've done.
With him, all these notes I've been taking here, look, check
Yeah.
this out. I know of a spot or two I'm going to be going the first morning. Ain't nobody going with me. I'm going solo dolo, boy.
We'll see
I'll be
about that.
back in the back.
We'll see about
next
that.
to a couple of spots. No,
Y'all
I'm just
don't
kidding.
know,
I
but-
do want it filmed.
y'all don't know it, but whenever I pulled up here, I had 2 of those little GPS deals, and I magnetized them up underneath
Bottom of
y'all's-
our trucks.
Yeah.
He's gonna be tracking our asses. Like, where y'all going? All he cares about is where the turkeys are.
Hey, this is serious shit.
I know it. We can tell by the. We can tell. We
Man.
dug. We picked your brain plenty.
Well,
While you're over here taking notes,
if y'all are listening to me and taking notes from me, then
no, we're
I
looking.
feel sorry for you.
We're getting that indirect.
Don't say that. Look.
Y'all'd be better off watching Coco Melon or something.
Coco Melon. Come on now.
Anyways, thank y'all so much for watching this podcast. We had a great guest on the podcast today. He's a, turkey enthusiast. Sounds like he knows what he's talking about. He says he doesn't, but he does. And
This Joker was on the Outdoor Channel. Okay, he was on the Outdoor Channel.
That's true. That is true.
He's the big gun. He's the big gun.
Yeah.
Turkey hunter.
That's just because they wanted to make fun of me.
Oh, come on now.
Well, that's all right.
Get out of here.
I'm on the YouTube, so
I'm going to get him to call me in the turkey this season. Watch this.
heck
Might
yeah.
have to, give him a suit or something, but we'll figure it out.
We'll
Or
use
some
this
money.
diaphragm call whenever we go. What do you think, Nelson?
Let's do it.
You got one of these?
I got one. I couldn't tell you where it's at right now because we moved. I think it's one of them tubs out there.
Gotta get it.
Got to get it?
Good and going.
I got to get it going.
Yeah. Sounds good. Money.
We got these sounds recorded right now. We're just going to play them on our Fox Pros.
Hey,
Because you can do that in West Texas, but you can't do it in East
yeah.
Texas.
hey,
So-
Layne, you hear that? Have birds.
Anyways,
holding
thank
up.
y'all so much for listening to this podcast. Please leave us a review on iTunes.
5-star and all.
5-star. And subscribe to wherever you get your podcast. Follow us on social medias.
Enjoyed it. Thanks for having me on. Had a blast.
Yes, sir.
Blast and cast.
I'm glad you came
Plastic
out for your
cast.
first podcast.
This
It
is
probably wasn't
awesome.
the best podcast for you to be on for your first one, but it is
Hey,
the Outdoor Talk podcast.
we'll be back. Let's do a postseason
Let's do it.
recap.
There it
Do
is.
it. We'll have a couple more cold ones.
Yeah.
On
On Tanner's bill this next go around.
I know
Tanner's
on
Bill.
Tanner's bill. So
Let's get Tony on.
Hey.
I've
that
been
would be-
trying.
I'm
man.
gonna take Tony hunting in a camo tux.
No, you need to
That'd
take
be-
me hunting before you
that'd be
take my
pretty-
dad hunting.
pretty
right
cool.
now. Come
Hey,
on now.
Tony got me a camo tux, and I've always said I'm gonna kill a turkey in it.
there you go.
Me and Tony me and Tony Bob are going to bust one in a camo tux.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna be
That'd
up
be
there.
a sick video. I'll video
I'll
it.
definitely video
He'll be
that.
Yeah,
trying
we'll
to go
just- we'll have 2 videos on
casino. If we're not within 3 miles of a casino, Tony's not going.
Oh, well, thank y'all so much for listening to this podcast. Please leave us a review on iTunes and subscribe to wherever you listen to these podcasts. Follow us on all our social medias. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.
We got Instagram, Facebook. What else we got? Podbean,
YouTube,
YouTube.
TikTok. Nelson's famous on TikTok. Y'all go give him a follow on TikTok real quick.
All right, for real, we're gone.